Hello, welcome to the ACRL WEMSA Championship. Along with me today is Jeffrey. Hello, Jeffrey. Welcome.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Today we are going to be racing at beautiful Watkins Glen. This is our Endurance Championship, multi-class of course, featuring the P13C and the GTE class, represented with the Corvette C7, the Porsche and the Ferrari. Ferrari well represented today as well.
Do we know I don't know if we know exactly how many Ferraris there are.
I counted at least 4 so far, which is an absolute thriller. Normally we've only been seeing Luca. Every now and again, I think Lucian Proknica. Also,
Well,
I
their
believe,
entire team, I think, is Ferrari, if I remember correctly.
would
So I
that be the
believe
Italian
four.
Stallions?
I believe so, yes.
Speaking of, the team championship is currently led in the GTE field by Carl Simsport. That would be the Porsche 911 team of Rune Jansen and Kenneth Cerquini. However, the Forza Italia, they would, yes, the Italian esports team of Luca and Lukshan are represented in the Ferrari. Is that a sister team of theirs as well? Bringing up third in the championship?
That's a good point. I would assume so. We don't normally have anybody. I don't think we have like another team like that. So I mean, I would assume that they would be sister teams.
Hmm. Well, so far it looks like Ferrari is going to have a good run for the championship. But so far, the Carl Sim Sports team has had a very decisive lead. In the LMP field, it's a lot different. While the Poang gang is currently leading the championship, I believe it's an individual destruction by, yes, Cade, who, he has quite a few victories so far. In fact, he has all of the victories so far.
Yes, he does. Yeah, you're right.
Wow, that is an absolute decisive championship so far. Hopefully, he'll see some challenge today. He does have quite a few fast drivers out there with him. Of course, Puma being the second in the championship, he's going to be chasing him down. And then, I believe, do we see Wildawful here today?
Doesn't look like it. I don't think he's here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that Jan Hudek?
Actually, you might be right. It's possible.
Oh, it seems Vaffel has become too weak to take part in the championship. Perhaps the crash of the VAF coin has severely damaged his motivation. Oh, little note from the stewards: the GTE class got a BOP update, so that should cause a nice bit of arguing after the race. Porsche is up 10 kilograms, and the Vets are up 14. Uh, yeah, so that's going to be really good for the Ferrari boys, who are eagerly eyeing that top spot in the championship. So we are still in the practice session here. The practice has been going on for a little while, but frankly, it's not interesting enough for me to sit through. So I peeked around a little bit every now and again. I saw some people going a little too hard. But I'm thinking with 3 minutes left, everybody's probably back where they need to be, ready for qualifying. Qualifying, of course, split. We are going to do the LMP class first. Those P13s are going to get out there. Hopefully none of our GTE drivers feel inclined to go out on track with them. And then after some time, I think it's 15 minutes, but I'm not really.
You should be right, yes.
I should be right, but that is far from always the case. So we're going to go with 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes, I believe they're going to come on in. The GTEs are going to go out after a few minutes. They're going to put down their times. I personally think it would be a lot more fun to just have them qualify all together, but I just like the chaos. To make it fair, you could always have the GTEs go out first.
Or you could have both go at the same time, you know.
Oh, well, you don't want any LMP getting away without any traffic, of course, so you gotta let out the GTEs first.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Do you have your track temperatures today? Unfortunately, my live timing is not with me.
Uh, yes, I do. We have. So, asphalt today is 25C, air is 21C. Winds are very low right now. It's only 5 kilometers an hour to the, I believe, northeast.
Those are
If
really
I
low
read that
temperatures
correctly.
too, so. Now, the race is gonna be 1.5 hours, I believe. We shouldn't see too many pit stops in that amount of time. Maybe one for
It is, it
tires.
is an hour and 45 minutes. 105 minutes long.
105 minutes long. I don't think that the two-stop strategy would work very well here. It's a very short pit straight though, so you could see somebody try to do a real cheeky pit stop. Unfortunately, we don't have any safety cars.
Mic off.
Imagine safety cars. That's a request we should make. Somebody mod that in. Okay, great. I'd like to point out here, there's a trend going on with the GTEs where
Mic off.
the Ferrari team and the Porsche team are basically neck and neck, and even in pre-qualifying, they were basically neck and neck. I don't know if either of them were sandbagging. It could be possible, however. We're talking basically first place GTE all the way to, what, 5th place or 6th or 7th place? Which I would assume Rune is probably sandbagging, is probably within like half a second.
Mic on.
I know the loss of Chadwick Boseman was really hard for Runes this week, so he's gonna be giving it his all and really trying to make this one count.
Mic off. Mic on.
On the topic of safety cars, you and I both are sitting in the pits anytime, you know. We could be in a Mercedes driving a nice safety lap. Just a suggestion out there, you know, we don't need live stewarding, but we do have 2 on-track safety cars available.
Oh yeah, now I'll just drive with a keyboard or a gamepad, it's fine.
Mic on.
A gamepad would be fine, I'm sure. You don't have to go very fast, you just have to be very safe.
Mic off.
That sounds like a challenge.
Mic on.
Alright, looks like practice has officially come to an end. Everybody's going to be pulling in to the pits except for Driving Force, who's still rounding the track now. And as soon as he comes in across the line, hopefully he just crosses the line, that'll end the session. But as soon as he does, we should move on into qualifying. Like I said, we're going to have those P13s out. And I am positive you're going to see Puma and Cade wasting no time to get that open air.
Mic off.
Yeah, I think it's probably, especially with the P13s, I think it's pretty crucial. You want to get into open air, and another thing too is you really like I'm sure the top guys will definitely not want to be behind the guys in the back, because they can definitely get held up.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a little bit of pre-race chatter we can take a look at here. We are seeing nothing helpful. LMP is two-stopping? I don't know anything about these LMP tires. However, I do know that if you see Cade doing a strategy, you will likely see most of the others try to do it as well. He has really strongly understood this car, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Cade, he has the strategies down really well. However, both, and I don't know, I was going to mention this earlier too. I don't know where Man with Garbage is, because he was here last time around. He did have a rough time, but he would have a shot in terms of lap times. And especially, I think even Bremer too. They both kind of they're able to like get just like a lap faster basically than Cade. But at the same time, once they get to the long run, it seems like Cade just blasts away.
I thought there was an issue recently with Man with Garbage and I couldn't remember what it was.
That's a good point. Time to scroll up.
Oh boy. So, it has certainly been a nightmare with this P13. Some versions of the client treat the car completely different. Of course, I worry that there's going to end up being a secret version to run this car on. Of course, if so, I'm sure Fritz would find it. Oh boy. I believe I lost everything. Oh, hey, I got it back. It was all gone. So there we go. Got some folks heading out onto track. Rune disconnected from the server. Frankly, I thought I did too for a second there, but
Is that some team strats there? Are they both leaving?
wow, is that? This is unbelievable what I'm seeing right now. I'm looking at full drift from the LMP. This can't be right. Like, did I desync?
Full drift. I'm so confused. What?
I have to
You
have
see that now?
desynced.
What?
This, I guess, perhaps one of the versions of CSP gives you sweet drift hacks. Really though, maybe my internet is not what it should be, but my goodness, we have some minor issues.
Yeah, it's not doing that on my side.
Huh.
It is a little bit weird. It kind of looks like Cade is drifting around a little bit, but not in that way. It looks more like he's not turning, and yet the car is turning. for me at least.
Well,
So I think it's the opposite.
I'm going to put my focus on the game client. Maybe it'll clear itself up.
Is it doing with all the other cars too?
Let's take a look. It looks like they've gotten a little better. Maybe it's sorted itself out. Of course, the GTE field looks perfectly fine. We still have Nacho Libre in pits. I'm not sure why he has decided not to go out for qualifying. Maybe he's looking for a last to first. Trying to get those extra fantasy points with the bet on himself as well. Now, is that Dirk in chat right there? Dirk, aren't you a driver of the P13?
Yeah, weren't you in here?
Oh, he's got a quali ban. Well, why would you go and do that, sir? The most important question is, did you learn your lesson? Also missing Super Yam today. The Poang gang gonna be sorely disappointed on that one. Ooh, had to work. Surely if his boss had understood that he was in the championship lead with his team, they would have given him the day. Again, being Canadian, too hard for Yam to say, no sir, I need those championship points. Still, and has yet to leave the pits. Puma, so far, putting up the time of the devil.
What?
It was just stuck on it for so long, I don't know why. I have no control over what happens. I can only commentate on what I see. And what I saw was the number of the devil. I'm sorry. Puts him in third, but not quite able to break that 131 barrier. Mind you, I say he can't break that barrier. Cade has smashed the barrier. Full second faster than Puma. He's 8/10ths up on Bremer. It's really like a different game for him. He's putting down white sectors right now, but it's really just a matter of how fast does he want to keep trying to push it. At almost a full second on second place, he can afford to come in right now and evaluate his position.
Mic off. Mic on.
He's got competition though. So I mean, Brada's right there, and Bremer's just gone a little bit faster. He's not
Yeah,
too far off.
Brada and Bremer often have very similar pace too, so they are teammates.
That is true.
So you see, I really do enjoy Cade's livery. It's one of my favorites. Let's see. I know no, we're never gonna get a chance to do that. I don't remember any of the buttons here.
So Kate's going out, I believe, on softer tires.
Huh.
If I'm not mistaken, I was not paying attention probably as close as I should have been, but I did thought that I saw an S4 and not an S3.
Yep, Dirk just confirmed he was on an S4 previously. Meanwhile, Bremer has fastest overall first sector, his fastest second sector, and coming through the third sector, we're going to see what he can put down. I think this will be good enough for first. Yep, and that's going to... Oh, no.
Nope, second.
I was wrong. Does not much... It's actually... Wow, that was incredibly close. Yes, Weekends boy, you can join the champion for the next round. All you need to do is go to ACRL. Let's see what it is. ACRLonline.org. Here, I'll even type that in chat for you right now. You go on there, register, sign up for any season you want. We even run one in ACC. I just saw a little wiggle there. I think that was from Bremer on his... Wow, he's once again done the overall fastest first sector, but he had a big wobble on that sector coming wide, so I don't think he's... Well, slap my aunt. He's, again, faster than his middle sector. He's really pushing it.
Yeah, he's really, really close, but
Oh, was
I
it?
have a feeling.
That's what I saw. Brada hit the wall behind him.
Ah, I think so. What it looks like to me, I think Bremer and Brada are both actually running a higher downforce than Kate is because, or sorry, lower downforce. My bad. Because the first sector is usually the one that you gain time, especially because you have such that long straight and everything's kind of high speed.
Bremer just came in. He must not have had the fuel to continue another lap because he had first place right there. Like, that was on pace. And he just came into pit.
And now he's waiting. And now he's going again. Okay.
Brada is just off the side of the track. I don't know if he's going to be able to get back. He might have to teleport, and if so, that's going to be the last chance. And here, I will turn myself up, sir, just a moment. What?
And Nacho Libre also just disconnected.
Oh no, not Nacho Libre. That would be the maximum I can give you for my microphone anymore, and I just have to be louder, and I don't know if I have that in me yet. Now,
Yeah, because he can't move. I mean, he isn't moving. He has. I can see here he does have RPM. Like you can see it kind of sputter, and I don't know how AC's damage works, but there is a chance. However, if he's in neutral, then yeah, he's definitely done. No, he's in first gear. So something's kind of weird here.
he could be cursing.
That's true. Yeah, on board he's just sitting there in first gear.
Well, you know, I've got nothing for him. But I know that Bremer is going to keep going here.
It looks like, I think he just ran off from his computer, is what it looks like to me. I don't know if he had something happen.
Oh, perhaps he has a very fancy wheel, and he broke his wrist when he crashed. I'm just thinking worst case scenario, of course. So we're gonna see Bremer coming through the first sector again. He is not gonna be the fastest one.
Yeah, it'll take another, it might take another lap or two for his tires to get up.
Meanwhile, the
It's still
field
doable.
is... The spread's really small this time. We've got 4 people within the top 1 second. And I believe Weldoffel Jen Hudek is going to improve.
Mic off. Mic on.
Is Jen Hudek Weldoffel? Is anybody certain of this? Because I'm just going to assume they are. If not... Oh no, excellent. Well, where is Weldoffel? These points, they're just getting thrown away. Nobody came for the Watkins points. I do understand, in COVID I wouldn't want to have brought my whole team to New York either, but you do what you do for these championship points. Meanwhile, Eric Sean, little wide there into the dirt, but he has one of the wins of the season under his... Ooh. Weldoffel's wheel broke. So we have some serious hardware failure. Back to Eric. Eric has pace. I see a win in there somehow in those standings, so maybe that was one of the qualification races or something along those lines, but he's got a win, so he's got some pace. He's got a beautiful livery. Love to see him catch into that top 131 second group. Same with Jan Hudek over there. Love a
Oh,
fully
Brad finally made it
competitive
to the
field.
pits.
Do you know if he teleported or did he just limp
He
himself?
teleported.
Oh, that's going to be painful. He's still comfortably in third.
Yeah.
He's not going to be allowed to leave the pits again, of course. No,
Pum-
no leaving once you teleport, as per the rule book.
Yeah, Puma is not on a faster lap either, so we'll have to see for his next lap.
Jan Hudek's seeing a little bit of improvement in their lap in the second sector. But overall, it's not going to be enough to improve over Puma, I think.
Oh, Bremer got a purple middle sector. He might actually have it here.
Ooh, Jan with a really hard wall strike, but it puts him right into the pits as Bremer takes the lead position, P1. Yeah, that was a beautiful impromptu pit entry.
So now can Cade respond to this? Because he's going to have to get on it here because we do only have a few minutes left. He has enough to make a lap and probably another one. If not, maybe 3. That's possible.
I'm not sure if it is till 15 minutes exactly, but he's certainly not going to let it go. Puma not improving, running wide there. A little bit all 4 beyond the white lines.
Bremer's got another purple middle sector.
Bremer has, I believe he has the fastest first sector, not on this lap, but overall he managed that in one of his previous laps. So it seems like he's really got this one dialed in. Wants to take a stab at taking a race from Cade, it seems.
Oh, yeah, it's going faster.
Whew. Bringing it down almost to the 130 region. Cade just coming in nice and casual on this lap, but he's going to be pushing onto the next one, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Puma getting a 131.7, not going to improve their position at all. Jen
I
Hudek
think
still in the pits, not going to be coming out.
I think Cade's timing might be messed up because it says for me he's got a green first sector, but his timing's
It's
still
2
like
something.
he's. Yeah.
Yep, we've got an issue here, but that's okay. He is not going to have time, is saying here. Bremer looks like he did a little bit of an impersonation of Sebastian, and then right past him, it looks like Puma decided to have a go at the wall. So that being the end of qualifying, I'm sure they're just going to teleport back. Yep, there we go. And Bremer, no real need to stay out, but it's going to be him heading back to the pits for sure.
Oh, Cade hits
Cade
the
with
wall.
another
Yeah.
similar to Jan there, but much more dramatic. Managed to catch the tail end of that. Beautiful. Here we see Eric coming wide there. That's 2 white sectors. He should probably just pull into the pits. I'm sure that's not going to be an improvement. Now, Cade did not improve on those S3 tires, did he?
He definitely did not. No.
Yeah, those S4 tires looked to be his best option. Bremer also using those, putting down a disgustingly fast time right there. He really pushed it. And Brada, I'm sure, is really regretting having to have teleported back because he knows that the setup he's running is clearly capable of 4/10.
And there's a GTE running backwards.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, you do want that running start on pit road. Who is our backwards running? Luke Jean Proknica. This is the new point where you line up for the pit, apparently. It's Luca and Luca 2. We're gonna stay with him because it looks like he might manage a pit speeding penalty at this point. Just doing a friendly flyby of all of his constituents. I'm not sure what the protocol is of driving backwards on pit lane, but a steward may throw a black flag if he is not careful. And we have our first runs lining up here. Lukshan looks like he may have had his AI break and he is stuck in a loop. Jen Hudek disconnecting, but I'm absolutely baffled by what I'm seeing. Renz lines up at the lead, wants to get out in open air, doesn't want to deal with any kind of traffic, and just wants to take a lead and then drive away like he has in the past. Now, I don't think that his teammate even wants that to happen, so we don't see him here today, though. There's so many free points up for grab.
Well, I mean, there's a good amount. It's not like it, unfortunately, it's not like anything like last race, but there was definitely a good bit of people, which is decent. I mean, we do have a second split that we're not broadcasting right now that is also going on.
Oh, these are people who I'm certain if they were here, they would be in this race. There are some people who are certain that when applied, you will see them in the top split. And Kenneth, I'm certain, would be here. Now, we see these boys lined up here for a very long time at this point.
Good thing we don't have overheating.
And there they go. Let's see, Renz and Rune. Curious if Rune is going to be friendly enough, or if he's going to try and get past Renz and get a nice clean.
Looks more like a bump draft to me.
Excellent strategy to get some extra speed here. Now you gotta wonder if the Bank of Brazil has perhaps made a small deposit into the pockets of Rune Janssen to get these bump drafts. Woo, that is a high view.
Wish this helicam was a little bit better still. This is really unfortunate. There are certain times where it's basically the entire car is the screen, and then there's other times where it's at the perfect distance.
Right along with Renz on his first flying lap.
We have some flying hot lap times there. 14 minutes, 15 minutes, 21 minutes.
Now you gotta wonder, did Renz pick the Corvette because he thought it was the fastest? or because he has good taste and wanted to drive something that sounded this absolutely beautiful. I don't know how anybody chose to drive a Porsche over this.
There's a good bit of Corvettes today, though. Looking into it, we do have actually quite a big field of Corvettes.
Yeah,
There was.
Porsche is rather underrepresented today.
Do we actually only have one Porsche? No, we have two. Oh, three?
Is that
Three
an
Porsches, okay.
airplane in the background, I think? The track is very, very
I
well
would
done.
not be able to tell.
Now, so far that's been pretty tidy, but is it going to be enough to keep Rune from stealing the pole position early? Oh, that's going to be a good one from Renz there. Solid 10th up on his Porsche rival. Kimo Lepinen bringing it in another beautiful Koof livery Corvette. Man, that is a driving piece of art right there, I'll tell you. Then we see Luke Jan bringing in the first of the Porsches. He's going to be rounding out the second row so far. We have... Oh, Mackinable. Mac in a bowl. Okay. That's kind of making me hungry thinking about it. But right behind him we see Dubson, so that's going to be a lot of hungry Ferraris. I mean, chasing down those two in the lead so far. The Ferraris all, we see two of them. Mackinable and Dubson, that's only a 4,000th of a second difference between them. Extremely close.
Yeah, the mid-pack's really, really close. From 10th to, what do we have? From 10th all the way up to 16th. That is a, what, 6/10 of a gap there?
See Driving Force, Smarties World, both on their outlaps currently. Luca coming across for their first flying lap soon. Not this one.
That's a lot better of a time from Renz and also Green. More what I would expect them to do. I think, now, I would be curious, and also we see... Man, okay, alright. We're seeing some people shuffle around here. This might be interesting, but...
I am
I would
expecting to see times below a 143 from Renz.
Well, you heard it here first. That's a challenge.
I think he's got more in. It's going to take a little longer. But close to the end of the session, I think we'll see it. Luca is definitely capable of getting down there. I want to see a Ferrari keeping pace with those two leaders this time. Often it has been a walk in the park for whoever takes the pole position, though. I believe only our longer races have had very interesting lead battles.
Yeah, you know, I haven't really been... I don't think I've been here for that many of the longer races, to be fair. If I remember correctly, so I'm not actually sure a terrible much about, you know, about that sort of thing, but I do know that definitely, like, the faster class traffic can cause a lot of shuffles in the mid-pack and all that kind of stuff. Especially where it's really close in the positions and where everybody's kind of at similar times. So there you
Looks
go.
like,
And again, you can see everybody's kind of scuffling up the times there a little bit. We're getting pretty close. Everybody's within, honestly, a margin of error at this point. I mean, if anybody does a good lap, then it could be pole there for like the top 6 or 7.
yeah, we see Morgan Purcell jumping up a bit, putting himself into 3rd position.
What I'm curious about is Morgan has mediums on, unlike the guys ahead of him who have softs. And I'm curious because I know these tires do like to overheat. I would be curious if that gives him an advantage at all.
Speaking of tires as well, not this class, but Nacho Libre was running the S5s. I wonder if they're going to be trying that in the race as well. They didn't get a chance to qualify because they had the qualifying ban, but maybe they knew something better. Morgan Purcell improving.
Fortunately, didn't see by how much. He does have a green, so he does have a green first sector. If he does a good second sector here, he can probably piece together a pretty good lap. I mean, I would assume, considering that he can do that, as we can hopefully see the difference here at some point, should be time pylon should be coming up soon. Oh, he's way off. Okay. At least on my side, that doesn't seem right. It says 7 seconds off. Oh, that's because it's the P1s. That's okay. That suddenly makes sense now because that's all messed up. But still, he does have a green second sector too. So if he does a good third sector, he's got a chance here at maybe taking out Rune. Or sorry, Renz.
Ooh, unfortunately, it looks
Or
like
no,
there
Rune.
might be traffic in front of him. Hopefully this Corvette is not going to in any way slow this lap. No, he's going to be able to get across the line, maybe even with a little bit of a tow. Kimmel Lepinen thrown on super softs. And there we go, Morgan Purcell taking pole position in that Carl Sim Sport Porsche 911. Beautiful lap. Green sectors throughout the entire time. Can Renz bring it back? Not on this lap. It does not look like it. This isn't his best lap, and it's certainly not going to be the best lap. Rune also not on their best lap, but has no chance to improve on this one.
Yeah, I think what it looks like to me is Renz, Rune, and oh gosh, I'm gonna struggle with names again. I think it's Lucien or something like that, but they're all, and I think maybe Luca as well. So maybe their entire team is nope, not an entire team, but all the way down to what you see is 11th there is actually on an outlap.
Chemo, quit playing games with my heart. I see those super soft tires and you're driving off with them. Are we going to see something magical? A one-time, like maybe a one-lap pace with these super softs?
Man, he's going to have to start off the lap basically ice cold and then ease into him to do anything with that. That's what I would say.
There's no kind of requirement to start the race on the tire you qualify on, correct?
I do not believe so. However, yes. I could be wrong.
I would love it if Chemo knew some kind of egg here and he decided this was the time to deploy it.
Well, he's in the position where he could probably try some things. He does have some time to gain, and he's not got a huge amount of time to lose. However, there are some people that are pretty close to him. I think so. It's looking to me like Morgan's actually gone and sacrificed his final stint in order to get that lap that he got. And now, because everybody else is on fresh tires, this could get a little bit interesting here.
Mind you, though, Morgan put down that lap time still on those medium tires.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that might prove that he has some sort of race pace here, and he's going out again. Okay, and he's also going on mediums too. So I guess he doesn't want to go on to softs.
on.
Yeah, and there's Ren's
Improving.
personal besting.
All right.
It's going to be very, very tight there. It's going to be really. This is probably going to be within a few tenths here for the top guys. If not, maybe a tenth.
Rune coming in.
These are
Willing to take that third slot. Does he have time to make it out again?
really. Yeah, he's changing to mediums too. Okay, he sees the strategy. He's looking at it. He's like, man, I got to try this too because apparently he's giving Morgan a little bit of booster.
Meanwhile, Lukshan not enough to improve. Luca as well not going to improve. Chemo on his first hot lap with those super softs. I'm very interested in how it's going to go, so we're going to watch this. I want to see if there's anything special in this, but I think you might be right. He's just looking at it going, yeah, why not? What can I lose? It certainly does not seem exceptional. Currently 10 seconds off the times of the LMP class.
Yeah, I would certainly imagine if he's pushing it at all, and especially if this is his second or third lap, those tires are probably overheated. Like almost certainly.
Here he's going to be coming across. It looks like
Skims the wall.
gonna be a 149. Oof. Looks like super soft not the option. Meanwhile, Morgan Purcell out there, green first sector. Let's jump on board.
Also, Lucen just beat Rune as well.
Gonna ride along in the dash of Morgan Purcell. See if he can get back that lead that he lost. Qualifying over Pitt, but Morgan says, I'm gonna hit that line. Second sector green. He has a lot of pace right here.
Ren's is also on it too.
Is Redden's currently a green sector?
Yes, both first and second.
Excellent. It's going to be coming down to the last lap for that pole position. We're not going to have any surprises, I think. We're going to be between Morgan and Arun. Sorry, Renz. They kill me. Here we go, Morgan coming across the line. That's going to be enough for pole position.
Yep,
Jump
there's a
aboard
42.
Renz. Is he going to have enough to take it back?
It's gonna be another one. Oh, it's so
No,
close, but not quite.
Not quite
can't do
enough
it.
to take it. There is the 142 though. We didn't see a 130 from the LMP, but we did manage to see a single breakthrough down in the 142s. Absolute mad pace right there on those medium tires. And just as a kick in the bottom, Lukshan comes in, steals the third place. Ooh, and gets into the pit. A little strike there. They'll get that buffed out before the race, no problem. And he's going to take third place from Rune. Rune going to have to take the other side of the lane. That's going to be end of qualifying there. So we reach our session change over to the race. The race does have a mandatory pit stop. Wouldn't matter because you couldn't make it to the end no matter how hard you tried, but you got to do it no matter what. In that, you're probably going to see no tire changes, I imagine. Like they'll change tires, but no strategy changes, do you think?
Uh, it depends. I mean, they could hit traffic and they could hit I mean, any sort of ordeal could go on here. We definitely have a lot of different things that could happen. There's always the option of somebody else taking a different strategy. I know, especially with the P13s being or having quite a few different compounds, it's possible they could definitely try some things out.
Oh, as if to
Do I know for
answer.
sure? It's tough to say. Yeah, I can see the chat there too.
Rune saying that soft plus medium could work. However, pretty remarkable from Morgan there. Qualified on the mediums, and everybody else was on the softs, but they're going to be in the medium tire for the race. So, well, a large majority of them at least.
Yeah, I don't think I can imagine the soft tires. I think from what it looked like there, from what Morgan did, I would assume that I think there's probably some sort of weird heating thing going on. I mean, it probably depends on the car too, but I would be interested to see if softs actually have enough pace gain. And obviously, also, tire wear goes way down when you turn into, especially if you start cooking softs, they go way down, like they just disappear off of you. Whereas mediums, especially if you're not getting into the more overheated part of them, they might actually do pretty well.
Mic on.
We're reaching the 30-second mark before our race start. We do start with a rolling start. I always did want to see this series as a standing start, just for one. I think it would be too funny, but we will be taking a parade lap around. I believe it's single file, then it moves to double.
Yeah, they basically everybody kind of goes out and then the field's split and we see P1s run away for a little bit. They do their thing basically for the first part of the lap, and then we have the GTs that come around and they do their thing, and the race gets going.
There we go. We're going to grid up and remember to go back to pits so we don't cause a disaster.
So the race did get colder too, and also track grip did go down from practice. I unfortunately didn't look at qualifying.
I figured it out, by the way.
Wait, you figured what out?
Why why I lost all of my replay things for a moment.
Ah,
In order to save the entirety of the race, it saves it in portions for the replay
ah.
file, and when it saves it, it
All right.
screws with everything.
Oh. Well.
You can,
Somebody just left without the lights going out. I would assume that might be a drive-through.
oof. Alright, there we go.
Even though, and obviously, like we said, there's a pre-lap. I think stock AC might actually cause that to be a drive-through, but they could also be wrong. That was
Oh,
Dirk, by the way, and all the way in the back there.
excellent. Dirk had a quali ban as well. So, we are going to see him starting from the back. What is he? He's going to be starting from the back of even the GTE
Well, I
class?
think he's trying to work through the field, but it's
Oh,
it's going to be interesting here.
let's take a look with him as he goes through this. Oh, and we almost... Did we have contact? Will we have contact?
It's possible. I mean, I don't think any of the GTEs realize that he's coming through.
This is quite unheard of, but
I can
I'm
see
not a
not many people
steward.
pay attention to their mirrors there.
Now, if I were a steward, I would say nothing at all.
Sounds good.
There we go. No harm, I think. No foul, I think. I'm not sure about either of those sentences. There could have been harm and there may very well be foul, but only time will tell. Good luck, Dirk. He was very courteous about it. That would be the Canadian way.
Yeah.
So now they're going to be coming around the mountain. And as they do, I believe it's up to Bremer for the start.
Yeah, you can see all the P13s warming up their tires too. They're trying to do their best. It doesn't usually do a huge amount, but you can definitely work some sort of heat into them.
You can see Cade. It's an eagerness in him. Does not like to be in the second position. I don't think he's spent much time there in this championship so far. We're going to be getting double file soon. There they go. Nice and tidy right there. Now it's going to tighten up a little more. So we round to the start finish straight. It's going to be on Bremer.
Bremer goes real early. Gets a run on Cade. Looks like also Braddock gets a run on Cade.
Oh, Cade breaks late, goes wide. That's definitely a zone they're going to be monitoring, and it doesn't help him at all. Brada's going to take the position. Cade going to fall into third, going to be looking to try and get back. Probably in the next braking zone. He is very close.
Always got a draft. Looks like Braddock moves to the inside.
A little bit of teamwork. They're going to be... Oh,
Oh, a
nearly
little
some
bit of a nudge in the
contact.
back.
Cade very, very aggressive right now.
So is Puma. Looks like he's trying to get to the back of Cade. He's not sure he's going to be able to stay there, but he is definitely trying to push him a little bit. As he goes to the inside, I'm not sure he's going to be able to make a move there. He doesn't. We go back to the GTEs. I believe they're starting, yes, and Morgan has gotten away. He's gotten a little bit wide. It looks like, ooh, Renz has gone around him as well.
Whew.
So now Renz is going to run away.
Very happy to have a start like that. And that's going to be exactly what he needs to start his usual pattern of place time between him and second place. The LMP class lined up beautifully. It looks like, ooh, a big lock
and Cade
up there.
just slide. Yep, Cade just slid off. It looks like he's probably going to go all the way to the back. This is going to be a big gap here. He's going to have to try and make up.
How much damage is that going to be on his car?
I don't think he hit the wall that hard, if at all. I think he just slid his tires, so he might have some tire damage, but I don't think he's got any car damage.
He definitely has the pace to catch back up at least to the tail end of that pack, probably get back to the middle. It's going to be hard pressed to catch Brada and Bremer on today's pace for them. Morgan chasing feverishly after Renz. Luke Jean loving this position of third. It looks like he's going to be looking to make a challenge himself on Morgan soon.
Yeah, he doesn't have the draft here. I'd be curious if he can get onto the next straight here. As long as he stays behind, as long as he gets a little bit of a run here, he can probably use that draft up the hill, and especially down the straight that's coming up here. He does have a gap, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to actually catch up here. He might try to go for it. No, it looks like he stays behind, he locks up. He still keeps it in.
Along with Morgan through that bus stop. Down the hill, he's going to be coming this next turn. Real fun off camber. As you know, all good turns should be off camber. Lets you feel like the road's really just falling away.
I don't think. I think with this mod, I don't think it's actually as pronounced. But however, I definitely could be wrong. If you ever go back and watch any of these in real life, they definitely, you will see a lot of people get loose there, have some issues.
Oh, we see Nacho Libre. He is losing out of position there.
It's going for the inside.
Oh.
This isn't really a good spot to go too wide.
No, but Jan giving him some space. Probably for the best, but he's just gonna have to slot back in. And really, Cade, very happy to hear this is going on. Eric
Ooh,
moving to
Eric
the
going
inside.
too wide into the bus stop. This is going to be really tight. Looks like they back up.
But he's going to carry more speed out of the bus stop too, looking
Ooh.
maybe around the outside. Not going to be able to make that happen. Oof, I am dropping some frames. Terribly sorry, people. Got a proper train going in the GTE class. That is the Watkins Glen Way. Now this is a beautiful track. It is a blast to drive on, and it is a terror to make some passing happen. There's maybe one or two opportunities you're going to find. Most other way, you're just going to be losing time if you're trying to go side by side through a lot of these sections.
Yeah, as you can see here, there's a car.
Kimo Leppin looking on the inside, but like I said, it's really hard to make it stick here without losing a lot of time, so he just slots back behind.
Yeah, that's really the best thing you can do. I mean, unless you're trying to, you can use that advantage in order to try and get your rival to basically fall back to the guy behind. However, most of the time you're just going to lose time to the guy ahead if you do that, so it's usually not worth it. So we see Luca got to the back of Rune up ahead there. I think he was going to go for it, but it looks like he backed out. Now there's a little bit more of a gap.
Very confusingly, it tells me Morgan has lost 2 positions so far.
It's because of Dirk. Whoa, Dirk's all the way in the back? What?
Oh, he may have gotten a drive-through for his...
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he started early. He started before the lights. He rolled.
Oh, that's going to be real difficult. Maybe a stop and go even. He is quite a distance back there. Eric, still looking for an opportunity to get past Nacho Libre here. Nacho Libre consistently puts up a good defense, but looks like Eric is a little bit faster. Does not want to be the first person that Cade finds.
If we can go to the GTE field a little bit. Looks like Lukian's going to the inside in the bus stop. This is going to be really tight. I don't know if, yeah, it looks like he backs out. Morgan was going to have to take a really, really tight line through there. As he goes a little bit of a drift, it looked like. Might have been a little bit of lag.
Powell also looked like he was thinking about going too wide into the bus stop, but he had thought better of it as well, tucked back in. A lot of people look at that opportunity and then they remember what's coming and they just take the safe option. Not a bad choice this early into the race. There's an hour and a half left.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that was... I don't know what Powell's trying to do there. It looked like the guy ahead was pretty slow out at the turn. It looked like he might have tried to make a move there, but... Yeah, really, you kind of just want to... As it goes too wide, he's probably going to have the inside here, but... Really just want to try to... kind of slot in and just make sure you get everybody to kind of... Just basically not getting incidents is a big one, but definitely trying to save time through traffic and knowing the people that you need to get ahead of, just being able to slot in as fast as possible is probably a good idea in this case, especially because you don't want the guys ahead to break away, because it makes your job a lot more difficult.
They are fighting hard down there for, that'd be 7th position it looks like. Tough to tell. I do be Powell and Kevin Miller. Also Dubson looking for a way around Powell.
Cage is last because he spun.
Yeah, Cade took a scenic route around and he's going to be chasing down the pack. Gotta say, this GTE class is a lot closer today than it has been in times past. Of course, we're still seeing the normal. Renz is starting to put down consistent time on Morgan. He's gaining almost, well, gee, it's a little over half a second per lap right now. If he can keep this up, it's going to be another one of those requires traffic intervention type deals. Morgan not under attack himself. Lukshan's
Jeez.
fairly close, but not like he's defending, so. A little further back, though, you see Luca and Mackinable. Mackinable looking to the inside, to the outside, and Luca's got his elbows out.
There's some battles going on in the back of the field. We do still have Powell trying to get around Kevin Miller. I don't think they've had any swaps yet, but Powell is definitely getting a little bit impatient here because he's trying to kind of leap around the track, and always he goes for a big old slide.
There's the drift.
Oh,
He catches the drift,
almost.
but that's going to be the position for Dubson. Going to take it quite happily, and then is that going to be B. Mary's capitalizing as well? Yes, it's going to be another position lost for Powell. And even further, oh no, Brad Mary's, yeah, he did manage to get that position. That is a bad time to slide right there.
Yeah, I mean that was inches from his teammate there, if not like millimeters. That was very close. I thought he was going to get that code, and I thought it was going to be game over for both of them. But man, that was a good job.
It's real close on this though. Is he going to try a move? No, Brad Mary's thinks better of it.
I think Powell needs to get a little bit more patient here. I think at this point, I mean, I know I understand that he wants to get around people, but he definitely doesn't want to force the error here, especially when something like that happens.
Now here's one I see happening soon. Rune has gained some time on Lukshan, and I imagine he wants to get a chance to chase down Renz. It's been some very unfortunate DNFs for Rune. I'm sure he would like to steal some of those championship points back.
Yeah, I would definitely think that. Well, I think Rune probably has the pace here, and especially because he's in the draft, he's got a few tenths of an advantage here. So he just needs to stay behind him, and he needs to be right on his bumper there, especially when he comes out of this first turn here.
Using as much of that as he can get away with.
Oh, and I believe we missed that the P13s have gotten into traffic, and that's starting to shuffle up things because Puma is right on the bumper of Prada.
Ooh, beautiful. Now, are we going to hear any team orders come through from Bremer to ask him to slow Puma up? Oh, we got a defense and then a dive, but Puma not going to make a move happen. There's some traffic right in front too, so that's going to make it real interesting. Puma looking to the outside, gonna get around as he boxes him in and takes the position. Beautiful use of traffic right there.
Yeah, Brada almost got to the rear end of him again, but I think Brada, it looked like he tried to take a little bit of a swipe at, I believe, Puma there. I mean, he kind of cut out a little bit wide there in the middle. I was assuming he's trying to go around the traffic, but...
Mackinable. Making moves. And just like that, he makes it around Luca. Luca, who had just a few moments earlier been considering trying to make some moves on Rune, he's going to lose that position. Those LMPs coming through are really shaking things up. We see Brada back behind Puma for the second, but oh, is that a nudge? Did we? Whew. That Ferrari, it gave me agita. Cade having some fun now. He is back up in the running. Runs real wide there, but he doesn't give a damn. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong man. Cade, you're back here.
Oh.
You have a little bit of contact. I didn't like that one bit. Nacho Libre going to get tossed off the track. Is he going to be able to get back on? Yep. Cade, back up into 5th place. Probably going to have a protest. I don't think
It's
he
not something
cares.
he wants. It was woo. As we go back, if we can go back to Rune, he was side by side to the bus stop, and man, they were nose to tail. And man, I thought that was gonna be like a big old accident because they almost swiped each other there.
I'll tell you, it is tight still so far, and I'm hoping it stays this way because these battles are happening all over the place. Smarty's World looking to be making a move soon for 19th place. We still have the battle over here for Powell, Marys, and Dubson. Have not left each other alone.
Yeah, we can also go to the front of the field too
Ooh,
with
Rune,
Puma and
though.
Bremer. They were both they were both like nose to tail for quite a bit there. Rune's getting shuffled by traffic here. It looks like they might have a little bit of an advantage if he uses this wisely, but
Is that a
P13
lap
behind.
down GTE? It is. There's a blue
Oh
flag
yeah.
GTE in the mix here. Not given a damn.
Oh, as they basically bump drafted there, Rune and Lucian.
Whew. And we are watching Ren's happily avoiding everything else that's going on here. Rune and Lukshan coming up the
Rune is a
hill.
major run coming up the hill.
He's going to come out around Lukshan, but then he's going to come up to the blue flag
Oh,
ignoring
and the
Corvette.
P13 goes
P13 going
around,
3 wide.
holding each other really tight. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this
Lukshan
too
not going to
wide
give
as
it
they
to him.
try.
Takes it
Oh,
back.
he's going to go wide. Still makes it on the track. Rune looks like he's angry because he flashed his lights. Gonna fall into the grips of Luca.
And then, yeah, Luca looking at an opportunity himself. Meanwhile, we still have a blue flag. I am definitely expecting somebody to be very unhappy today.
We have somebody stopped on track, I believe. Oh, and he's warped back to pits. Okay,
That would be
just kidding.
Caliber. All done. Hopefully he does not drive back out. Thank you, Racing Henka. I hope you're typing this currently from around the track. That would be my dream come true. Be Mary's
Jet and Fire
still
is not letting them by. He's doing it now. He wasn't really doing it before. He's got a very damaged car. I would hope that he lets him by.
Jet on Fire fighting for positions that aren't positions. He is still battling it out.
A little bit of a side nudge there.
Oh, it
I think
touched.
a little friendly bump. Hopefully, don't think anybody got damaged there.
Nope, nothing wrong on the side of Luca. Looks good, but that's
Oh, so
gonna
we
be
can go ahead. Nope,
mackinable.
it looked like Rada was looking at a move on Puma, but he didn't really get it there going into the bus stop. This is some good action. This wasn't like last event.
Rune really good up the hill. Every time, consistently good up the hill. Oh, B. Mary's drag racing down the straight right now with
Oh,
Dubson.
this is going to be tight. They're going to go too wide. That's not possible.
Nope, Dubson's going to eke it out, keep the position. Powell wants both of them back, and we have Dirk, I believe it is,
Yes.
coming up. Now, mind you, Dirk not...
Hopefully he'll get by cleanly.
Yeah, Dirk actually taking these as positions right now. He is still trying to make his way through the penalties he started with.
Having a little bit of a struggle with traffic there.
Caliber has left. That's going to be a DNF for him. Bremer putting down the fastest lap of the race so far. Really enjoying his lead there. Puma not letting him stretch his legs though. This is a lot different than what we normally see up at the front of the LMP class. Cade normally just running away with it. Today we're going to see a battle hopefully straight till the end. Rada putting down consistent gains on Puma though.
And Powell's just kind of made a move around to his teammate Dubson. He's going to be looking for hopefully more positions back.
Driving Force wants to get some of those free points as well, sees an opportunity. You see Rune still really fast up those hills. Every time he puts a couple of tenths on Lukshan up the hill, but he just seems to lose it in the later sections of the track.
Yeah, Porsche's probably pretty slippy then.
Mic on.
Ooh. Rune looking at Dirk for maybe an opportunity. He is
And Rune
giving him
is
no
making
space
lunges.
now. You know, let's take a look off the bumper of Lukshan. You can really see that Porsche not wanting to give an inch, but right there he's losing a little bit of time over the start-finish line. Up the hill, this is normally where we're seeing Rune gain. But not this time. Lukshan managing to get that one perfect. Gaining on Rune himself this time. Ren's chasing down Dirk though. Not words you'd think I would be saying, since those are two different classes, but that's certainly what the timing looked like for a second.
Mic off.
Yeah, not sure there's much to say about Dirk. He's basically just got to run back. He's got to make his way through the field cleanly. He's just got to do a decent job here. He might have some spots to gain by the end of the race if he does a good job, but
Mic on.
it's tough to say. He's gonna have to do a lot here.
Still see the battle down in the midfield. Powell B. Marys. Kate Miller, sometimes involved in this, but Powell is definitely going to be very similar in pace to Mr. Marys. Ah, that's the Jet on Fire car, of course. I was trying to figure out there. I didn't see Jet on Fire in qualifying.
I don't think I remember either, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, Cade in the pits, but not in a good way. No, no, did this happen? It looks like Cade may have come into the pits not on his own accord.
I think he spun again. I think he did the same thing that he did in qualifying. I totally missed it though.
I only saw him in a sideways way in the pits. It's not looking good. I think Cade might be. Yep, there goes Cade with his DNF. That's going to be a tough one. That's our championship leader out of the race. So the other LMPs, they're happy.
Yeah, I'm sure Dirk is really happy right now because it's a free place for him. Oh, so we can go to the front. Boom
Bremer.
is having a battle.
under attack.
They've been at this for like, what, 10, 15 laps now? Like, basically the entire race, they've been nose to tail, and it seems like whenever they hit traffic, Puma always gets to the back of Bremer, and I'm assuming Bremer's just trying to be patient.
Rune catching to the back of Lukshan as well in the timing over there, but I do not want to jump away. Puma putting a lot of pressure on Bremer here. Oh, and they're going to be coming up to some traffic very soon, right after the bus stop, it looks. Oh! Was that contact or a little bit of a wiggle? I'm not sure, but that is...
Oh
no!
that car
No, there is Jet
takes
on
both of them
fire!
out.
That is going to be hopefully no aero damage. Whew, those LMP boys are moving quick.
Oh, they're
Bremer
going side by
trying
side
to go
almost.
to the outside, but there's not enough room.
Thought that was going to be 3 wide, and then they're going to go into the grass, and it was going to be day over. That's what it looks like. They're going side by side again? They are. I don't think this is going to work.
Ooh, Puma managing to get through that nice and clean, putting just enough space to have a little bit of breathing room. Now he's going to figure out how he wants to deal with this traffic. Has to make the decision soon. Does not want to get boxed in.
Oh, it looks like it's going to happen here. So he has to go around the outside. It's going to be
Hopefully
pretty
he's
difficult.
going to find... Yes, there he goes with a spot. Bremer, is he going to be able to make it through as cleanly?
Oh, it's your top 3 are getting bunched up now.
And it looks like those LMPs... Oh, Brada had to take a real compromised line through that. It's going to hurt him going up the hill. But the other 2 managed to get through the traffic early. Yeah, you can see Bremer... yeah, Bremer and Puma both pulling a little bit of a distance on Brada there. But here we go, back into the bus stop and a whole lot more traffic ahead of them. This is a fantastic battle for the lead, under a second. Yeah, a little over a second, depending on when you're looking at that timing. Oh, Puma coming around. That looks like it's going to be Lukshan. Ooh, a little bit of a twitch. He goes wide into the dirt, but he's going to be able to recover it.
I don't believe these cars are rally cars, but it seems like they're using the dirt.
Brada definitely wants a chance at the back of Puma. But you gotta be certain that they're talking to each other right now. Just don't attack me. I got this. How hard that must be when you see your teammate make that small mistake and you know it could be your second position.
I mean, I don't personally know either of them, but it definitely could be possible.
There goes Puma, gonna try and get a good...
Woo!
Oh, gets a beautiful... Angry about it, but I'd say that was a good move. He boxed in Bremer there.
Oh, I think whoever was that blue Ferrari, man, he boxed him in. He kind of crossed the line there a little bit. Oh, is he gonna go for...
No, he did
almost
not
a dive.
have it.
Puma had to go in a little bit deep. Looks like
Not
he's
a
okay.
big enough braking zone there to want to try and dive like that one, but now it's really gonna hurt Bremer. He had to pull out of that one and lose his back. Almost a full second back. Just coming out of there. Here we go.
More traffic. It's Rune. That cost Rune a lot of times. He was in for a battle there for quite a while.
We still have that battle going on in the midfield for the GTEs as well. Rune's still really, really close to the back of Lukshan, but the battle up here at the lead is just so close as these LMP cars weave their way through traffic. Bremer is getting tired of seeing this. Let's take a jump on board, see what it's like, the life of Bremer. Catches up to the back of this Corvette. He's going to dive to the inside. That's a compromised line. He runs real wide. I think that's monitored, so he can only do that so often, but still, Puma got a way better run up this hill. Not going to be close enough, but Brada, really the big loser here. Somehow he hit a patch of traffic that lost him a full second. I don't want to say he is out of the race, but he is not in contention. Rune right on the back of Lukshan there into the bus stop. He's definitely going to be looking to the outside.
Possible.
Oh,
There's
he
grip
is
out
trying to
there.
run to the outside there. He's gonna not. Yeah, he's gonna stay there. He's gonna look for the inside now. Under braking. Still side by side. He's gonna run him as far wide as he can. That's gonna put him on the outside again. Is he gonna be able to hold on?
Still too wide.
Lukshan giving him nothing.
Oh, man.
They get close. Rune holding on to it and coming out ahead. Excellent
Not
move.
for long.
But yeah, it's gonna have a
As he dives behind.
a little bit of a
Locks up a
lockup
little
there,
bit.
and the Ferrari is gonna hurt him, and that's gonna be the position for Rune for now, and an LMP coming through to spice things up a little. Rune, really good move there. Meanwhile, Puma still running hard. Bremer giving him nothing, chasing him down. 1/10 of a second on board with Bremer as he's looking to the side. They're gonna drag race into the bus stop.
Who has the run? I don't think the
Bremer
outside line's a
slightly
very
in
good
the
one.
lead.
Oh, as they make it
Oh,
through,
they're
but
still
too
gonna
wide
go
again.
too wide, and Puma comes out the better man in that exchange. How did they do it?
That was
Smarty's
a big
World.
shove, though.
Not sure what happened there. Smarty's World just disconnected. I don't know if I see anybody else falling down the line there, so I think that was a self-inflicted casualty. I'm certain we will find out. Hell of a driving there from Bremer. Managed to nearly take that position. I'm sure he's going to be looking for another. However, all that did was give Brada a better chance to get his victory today. Those Honda-powered P13s of Bremer and Brada doing work today.
I guess technically they are Honda-powered.
It says it on the side,
I
sir.
think. Well, I know, but I'm saying I think the real-life counterpart is an Acura, if I remember correctly.
Hey, whatever you write on your car, that's what's in it, man. You telling me it's steam engined? Hey, great. It's the best thing about sim racing. I remember I once saw a Dyson powered car. Couldn't believe it. Makes sense though.
If we ever run an F1 series, can we please do that?
Puma getting a little bit of breathing room right here. I know it seems silly to say, but he's got a whole 4/10 extra right now.
Yeah.
That he can stretch himself into.
Yeah, Puma is praying that there isn't going to be any more traffic, 'cause he's probably got the pace to run away, is what it's looking like here. He's got softer tires, he's got S4s on, everybody else behind him is S5s.
Midfield, you still have Powell chasing down Kevin Miller with Brad Marys in tow. Renz actually getting his lead today. Well, I mean, not actually, but he's managed it. He's a full 6 seconds up. It's a pretty solid lead already, and it's going to take an act of God or maybe mechanical failure. Fastest lap coming in from Bremer.
It's close. It's close. They're all within the 10th. top 3 there. Bremer's got to run. He's got the draft. Gonna try running
And
outside again.
we know Puma's completely and totally willing to fight this one through. Bremer slots in behind. And that's a big loss right there from literally drag
Yeah,
racing to a second down. That is...
yeah. You really don't want to do that. If you have to give up the thing or the gap, just don't do it. It's not worth it. You're gonna lose so much time, as you can see there. It's very hard to go around the outside there. You have to trust that the guy on the inside is not gonna shove you wide in the middle.
Chemo. Look at him put the moves on Hugh. Got that beautiful Koof livery, that beautiful Hugh livery. I don't know which one I like more. Oh, it looks like
As Hugh lets him by.
Hugh's gonna be a nice guy. Says go on through. I don't want to fight that today. Brad Marys saying let me through. I want to fight this today. He's gonna be putting the moves on Kevin Miller. Looks like Powell had some kind of a big oof, and that's going to be the end of that for him. Brad Murray is getting by Kevin Miller without a hassle. I'm going to infer from this that Kevin Miller and Powell had a coming together, because Powell looks like he took a bit of damage. Kevin looks like he took a good swipe to the side himself. Meanwhile, back at the front, we see Puma and Bremer still going at it. Bremer, though, he's got something. He's got pace. He's got some kind of magic. He keeps losing the opportunity and catching right back up within the next lap. So, you know, he does have the pace. Puma just putting down an excellent bout of proper defensive driving. Using as much of the road as he's supposed to defend. It's really good driving from him. So, Brada losing out a lot in this traffic every now and again. He is not nearly as adept in it.
I think he had a moment, honestly, because he lost a lot of time, and they were all within pretty close amount to each other. He might have had a little bit of a slip-up somewhere. I don't think there was traffic back there, but I did think it seems like that gap had a little bit of a slip-up for him.
His last lap wasn't that low. It was only a 133.
Yeah, everybody else was right there.
Nacho
We'll see this lap.
Libre. My particularly favorite of the Mexican drivers, Nacho Libre, coming up. He has moved up 20 positions because I believe he had that quali ban as well. But he's going to be eyeing the back of Eric Sean soon.
We got a team pit strategy going on.
Bremer coming in. He's going to stop. Woo! And then, let's see, they're going to go back out on the same S5 tires. Let's take a look.
Takes a long time to fuel those cars.
Woo! This is a, there we go. So we got S5, and we're gonna see Eric Sean jumped in second place there. He's happy to see that one. Yep, both of them are gonna stay on their S5 tires.
So what's
I'm
Puma gonna do?
99% sure that they took additional tires, but my interface is just not showing it. Yes?
They probably... I don't actually know. I'm not sure about the pit times.
Well, that's alright. Nacho Libre dives into the pits. Dirk P dives into the pits. Gonna be Puma trying to put down as much free space as he can while he's got no pressure. Then we dive down into the GTE class, and you see nothing terribly exciting going on as they've all filtered themselves out a good distance.
Damn, Puma's lasting here. I'm curious what his strategy is. He's gonna continue on. He's not going into the pits yet. I would assume that Bremer and Brada there, I think them as a team are probably trying to do the optimum tire strategy instead of maybe saving fuel. However, this could also be a split in strategy here. I wonder if Puma's going to try and stay out for quite a bit longer. Now, this does mean that Bremer and Brada both had to do really good in laps because Puma actually, well, that's not necessarily the case because Puma's having to deal with traffic now, whereas Bremer and Brada did not. Which could actually turn out that Puma might actually fall behind here a little bit, especially losing time in this way. Especially, I don't actually know about the fuel. Unfortunately, I don't know about the fuel economy, but I would assume he's going to have to come in soon, especially considering everybody else came in.
I feel like we see a slight bit of gain on Rune from Lukshan. I feel like we may see him catch up to the back of him in a couple of laps. I don't know how much that will help him though. I believe they'll both be pitting soon. Across the board, everybody seems to have backed off from their latest conquest. So I feel like this is a wonderful time to plug our website and our other series, both of which you can find on the website, acrlonline.org. Again, that's acrlonline.org. It's made by one of our fancy racermen himself, this feller here. And on it you can find our calendar, you can sign up, join our races, perhaps even be in the broadcasts. It has a full stat section there for your championship points, the driver's briefings. It's quite beautiful. Market improvement from the Reddit threads of old, eh?
I wasn't actually here for that long with the Reddit threads. I think they brought up the online sheet relatively quickly when I was around here.
I was here for just the end of the Reddit threads, and while I do have to say we have Puma coming in, gonna be doing something fun here, maybe switching to the P5s. Sorry, to the S5s? I don't think so, he's been doing so well on those S4s though. But I do miss the post-race thread. People used to give a very passionate, sometimes very salty version of what happened in their race. And often it came with good video and commentary. It was really exceptional. But overall, I have to say the new website functionality is fantastic. And if you are looking to join the league,
There goes
that's where you
Bremer,
go.
there goes Breda.
Oh, that's going to be good pit strategy as Bremer runs real wide. He's going to have to worry about a penalty after some time.
Oh, it turns out I heard somebody else. Okay, Breda's still behind. Bremer is definitely ahead.
Brada
So that
got some
traffic.
traffic to get
Yeah,
through.
the traffic really cost Puma too, but Brada's also
Meanwhile,
got some traffic.
Jet on Fire. I never seen this name before, but my goodness. I like the color. Brada looking to get past Puma. Puma in a really unfortunate position because Puma, you can see him there weaving, trying to get some heat in the tires. That's not good.
I don't
his
think
tires
that
are,
was legal.
it wasn't a defense. There was no way he could have made a move
Oh,
there.
okay.
It was definitely a weave to get heat in the tire because that is, as I was going to say, he's on his outlap on those tires. They're terrible.
Correct.
It's like ice skating.
However,
so he's going to be losing this position and then having to chase it back more than anything.
okay, but hold on. Okay, 5.8.12. Okay. Doing multiple changes of direction in a straight line, weaving during active race session is not allowed and will be penalized at the discretion of stewards.
At the
Now,
discretion
is
of the stewards.
this weaving? Because it is technically weaving, but is this something to do with
Does that
under
weaving
racecraft?
have to do with defense, or does that weaving just have to do with weaving? Do we have a steward in the chat? Steward? Stewart? I always wanted to be a Stewart, but I'm just an Adam. Nope,
Oh,
no
Brada?
Stewarts.
Going for a
Bro,
move? Not quite.
thinking about it. No, it was Bremer who had been. Oh, Puma with a good cut there. Little lawnmower action. Gonna get wide. Those ice tires not really good enough to defend on. His tires are gonna be terrible for at least another lap still.
Most likely, yeah. And Brada's got also soft. Actually, it's not true. They are on equal tire compounds now.
Do we have... Oh, he did switch to the S5s. That's fantastic. Do we have tire warmers in this series for the pits?
Good point. I believe they do, but it's not going to do. It's actually is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me think about this. I think it's if they do, it's not enough to probably do anything, but it could be wrong. Hughes having a battle.
What did you call me?
I said Hughes having a battle.
Excellent, Hugh. Let's get some. Take that position. I can't choose favorites, but I have to say that's one of my favorite cars. Meanwhile, that is a lap up, I believe, what, Morgan Purcell? Rune? That's Rune getting by Hugh right there. Giving him an absolute masterclass in the line of that bus stop, that's for sure. Rune is on fire. He's just tired of not being first, I think. I've seen Rune do some impressive things in this league, and I'm sure it's killing him that Renz is this far ahead in the championship. It really is a rivalry that I see those two battle it out harder when they get together than almost any other pair. And it's great to see, but currently Rune is 10 seconds off from having any fun, so he better put on his racing shoes. Oh, he's flashing his lights though. He's real pissed. We got a blue flag ignoring Porsche in front of him. Dives out of the way, but it's... Yeah, that'd be enough. Now we see Eric looking at Nacho Libre. Nacho Libre having dispatched him some time ago. He wants a spice. Like, he wants some of that spice back, you know? He's not satisfied having lost all that cheese. But is he gonna be close enough to make a move happen? I feel like And has some damage. I don't know why I don't think I saw him in any kind of like accident, but he seems like he just has a little less straight line pace.
The car looks okay, I think.
Yeah, but if I mean, I don't want to say that maybe he's just taking every exit worse, but he does seem to be losing the straight line to most competitors. Like, everybody who seems to be behind him just has a little bit of an edge.
Oh, that is what a setup can do to you.
These cars are extremely dependent on setup. Really aero dependent.
Yeah, if you run too much downforce, you can lose a lot of top speed.
So the secret is to run no downforce.
Correct, until you crash into a wall. Or flip over. Like what we see. I think Paul Ricard, was the biggest one with that final fast turn before the sector 3.
Jumping to Brada, he's flashing those lights real angry over there. Oh, and a bump! That looked not intentional, but it looked a little angry. You definitely seeing some flashing of those lights from the Ferrari in response. And again, the LMPs are taking the piss out of that. Is that a cut zone?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've definitely seen all of them doing it.
Look, if there's cuts there, y'all are screwed. I have counted many. If it's 3 to get a penalty, you get many penalties at this point. That is insane. I've seen some cuts in my days. They're not even thinking about track limits. I know there's a section coming up soon where it's pretty much ignored, but that one, I'm pretty sure they are monitoring after turn 1. You can gain a lot by running wide there.
Is that the first of the GTEs that's coming for a pit?
No, we have chemo. We have a couple of people on the second sets of tires. I'm not sure if that's because something happened and they needed to come in or not, but we've definitely seen a few people pit already. I do like this driving force car. It's very simple, but it does it for me.
You and your orange and yellows, man.
Oh wait, orange and yellow. It's black and white for me.
What?
Yes. I just synced before the race, so I'd hope mine is right. Also, I definitely noticed in the background, I wasn't sure earlier, there is a plane flying around the sky on this mod with a banner. Excellent attention to detail. Although those people are definitely not socially distanced, which is why you should not come to New York. The driving force car looks very different for me, I think, than for you.
It definitely does, but that's probably also my fault.
I'm curious as to what you're seeing, because it must be interesting.
It's definitely alright.
Does it look like the Gulf car?
Hold on. Let me just
Oh, Brada on the back of Puma
Perfect.
again, under
I missed.
half a second.
Oh no, I didn't.
He's putting the pedal down. A lot of loud pedal under that man's foot right now. Just bringing it down even closer. Oh yeah, that's by far the best color. If I had seen it, I still would have liked it. But no, for me it's a beautiful black and white car. Mark my words, there will be a penalty for Brada for track limits. This man is pushing the limits of acceptable. Stays inside on that time, but he managed to go wide on the last one. Traffic up the hill, always really terrible. Oh, and he has to back out of that one. That's gonna cost him a lot. 5/10. Puma breathing a sigh of relief. That's an amazing time to put that car between them. See, an undervalued skill, I think, is your ability to use traffic against your opponents. A lot of people just want to dispatch and get around people as fast as they can. But if somebody's already on your tail, can't get around to you, maybe using a moving chicane is exactly what you need to get that breathing space. And Puma, really good example right there, managed to put now almost 2 seconds between a man who was just literally looking for an opportunity on him.
Yeah, I mean, usually you want to use, there's certain spots that you really want to try to use. So like going to the bus stop, if you can pass them under braking, that's a really good spot, because basically the next few spots that are like overtaking zones are all just corners, which means that the guy behind is going to have to take a really weird line, or you can do it in somewhere like the middle sector where, again, you have to do it normally in a braking zone. And then the other person behind has to kind of wait in the corner and then go after, maybe.
Ooh, jumping on with the driving force. LMP just diving in, and he is getting close to the back of Kimo Lepinen, so is that going to be an opportunity for him as the LMP pops in? Nope, not going to affect that at all. But he's still looking at the back of Kimo. Not a bad place to be as far as what you're looking at either. Yeah, that's right, Kimo. We're talking about your ass.
Renz is in the pits. The leader.
Gonna be putting on likely another set of medium tires. Can't imagine he's gonna swap to soft suit, eat those up in a heartbeat. and not enough heat to get the hards to work here, I imagine. It's a very cold day.
So you can see me in the background. Apparently I am sideways. Let me just reset that real quick. Okay, great.
Beautiful. Mackinable, B. Marys, Kevin Miller, all in the pits.
Oh, there's a touch in the back of the field. Driving Force and Chemo just got together and busted up.
Oh no, that's going to be Chemo backwards. He's going to have a safe rejoin. That's good. And Driving Force driving away from that, not going to lose out from it at all, it looks like. And Driving Force is behind, but not battling. Who is that? Luke Sean? Yep, Luke Sean. So the best thing he can do is just try to stick with him, and that's not going to happen because he just took a little bit of a drift. It's going to destroy his tires. There's that plane with the banner. I don't know what it says, but it looks like a Blender logo. Nils. No, no way. Did Nils put a Blender logo on that plane?
I don't have a good camera to look at it. Is there photo mode? Photo mode. And then can I go and do like... Oh no. I don't know if I can.
Oh, Brada. There we go, baby. 1/10 of a second right there as they were moving their way around Jet on Fire. Jet on Fire, no offense, acting like a mobile chicane sometimes today. It's going to be benefiting Brada huge here. So now he's right on the back of Puma again. Puma going to take to some defensive driving, it looks like. And as they come up to another bit of traffic, Puma probably thinking, how can I get around this guy most efficiently again? And there we go into the turn, but they're both going to get by just fine. Puma doing it a little better. Brada had lost out there even though he's in the tow into turn 1. Will Brada keep it on the track? Yes. He must have gotten he must have gotten a limit warning. He has been much better about it. Bremer, loving what he's doing here. He is 13 seconds up, driving around the outside of Rennes there. Leader and leader, what a beautiful picture. That'll look good in the highlight reel later. 2 class leaders driving next to each other. Let's be real. Morgan Purcell might be up right now, but he did not pit. We know. Rennes is going to take that lead back when those 3 pit. I think that strategy is going to work out for him. Luca coming up to the back of Kevin Miller, and LMP coming through there might... Ooh, it looked like a little bit of a wall ride almost, but no, he was just desperately grabbing for grip there. And Luca's going to be wanting to take this position soon. He's got much more pace than Kevin Miller, that's for sure.
I'm totally trying to find where this plane is.
So, when I am on... I wish I knew what turn it was.
It moved around. I can see where it is, I just can't get a good camera angle. Maybe I can zoom in. Probably not.
Oh, big lockup from Kevin. And a little bit of a lag desync from me, but that's going to be Luca getting alongside, taking a smart dive back behind him. He's definitely going to be able to dispatch this soon and take the position. But back at the front, Brada has caught back up to Puma. Half a second down. This is a rinse and repeat situation, but this time they're coming up to Rennes. One around the outside. And there we go, 2 clean. Brada still losing out. Oh, another lockup from Kevin Miller. Luca getting a really good run up the hill. Jet on fire, disconnecting. He was a couple laps down. Probably had.
Kevin Miller is jumping all over the place for me. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
he's okay. So that's not just me. He's got a lot of lag there. He takes the safe option,
Oh
moves
man,
out of the way. Luca takes the position.
he is flying all over the place.
I can't tell what his ping is, but yeah, he's got some weird turning going on. So let's hope this does not affect anything. An LMP. Here comes Nacho Libre. How's this gonna work out for him? He's gonna get by it. Okay, no lag, no problem. Not my lag, not my problem. Now Brada coming back at Puma again. He definitely keeps more speed through the first, maybe even the second sector. But Puma's really good at putting some distance on them every time they come across traffic.
There's a lap car coming up. So you can see my nope. I gained Bretta a little bit of time that time.
Jump on board with Brada as he tries to maneuver his way around. Look at how close he is to the tail. And the acceleration on these cars is absolutely brilliant. How many horsepower do these little things put down?
Well, let's see if I can look this up because I know what the car is.
Oh, he's definitely losing out a little bit coming into, I guess, the end of the third sector, beginning of the first sector. Probably has a bit more to do with the setup. But then he comes through this bus stop. Ooh, came in a little too fast, lost out there. A little bit of a hop over the first bit in. And we see a lockup there from the driving force car in the front. Puma's going to be getting past him on the inside. No, I'm not really sure what's going on. Neither is Puma. That's terrible for him. Brada really happy right there with this. Look at how close he is again. That's going to be close enough for a run. He's going to make the move to the outside, but he's not going to have enough to keep it. He's going to dive back on. Being this close, he is definitely going to be looking for every opportunity. This is closer than he's been in these sectors.
So roughly 600 horsepower for the P13s.
Oh, and I just saw a backwards man, and I think that's Dubson. Dubson in the grass. He's kicking up some dust. Is he going to have a safe rejoin? Oh! Nearly the worst rejoin, but it worked out. Safe for Chemo. Safe for everybody else. No harm, no foul. It looks like he might have taken a little bit of damage there. Dirk's going to come around him as well. Brada, though, still up the hill. On the outside. To the bus stop. Oh, Puma with those lights flashing, and Brada gets around him, but I think there was a little bit of a bump there. Puma does not look like he is happy about that move having been made. And I mean, who would be happy about being passed, but I really think there was a little bit more of a bump there than my camera may have shown.
I was not able to see it. Again, it doesn't look like they really have any damage. Of course, slight nudges don't really matter, but
You know, a little bit of rubbing is racing. A little bit of touching happens. But definitely looks like Puma was deeply upset by that move.
It looks to me like Puma's struggling a little bit on entry. Like his car seems to get a little bit funky on entry, and then as soon as he gets into the straight, then he starts gaining again.
Would you say he's probably running a little less aero? That would
It
make a
could.
bit of sense. I did think he was doing really well for the last. He was gaining on the straights, right? So the end of the third sector.
It's tough to say. It actually doesn't look like he's gaining at this point, which would make me assume that I think Brada's setup actually might be a little bit more built for the curve or for the bumps, and/or he's taking the lines differently, and I think that's maybe helping. But at the same time, Puma's gaining a lot going over the curbs when he does. So I'm curious if that was more just kind of a. I think Brada's got a setup that's kind of built for the kind of being consistent and not really hitting the curbs, where I think Puma's setup is built more for kind of roughing over all the curbs and dealing with all the bumps and stuff in the track. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, I'll tell you, Bremer using the same as Brada, so Bremer is having no hassles. This just in, Nils did not hide a Blender logo in there, but it may still be a Blender logo.
Oh, as we see three wide!
Oh, Puma nearly getting his nose chopped there.
Ferrari went into the wall there, just a tiny little bit.
And then we're gonna have another dive here. Corvette's
It's gonna affect Puma's run.
Yeah. He had to cut it.
Still gaining time. Still gaining time. Brett has got pace in a straight line though, it looks like.
In the back, we still have no battles still. Everybody has really filtered themselves out. We do see Eric looking for Jan though. However, nowhere near as close as Puma to the back of Brada. But Brada using traffic really well himself now. We have Jan Hudek in the pits. Now, do you think we'll see any any second stop for a third set of tires from these LMP cars today?
Well, we do know that Puma went quite a few laps further than Breda and Bremer. Like he went 3 or 4 laps further. So with that,
he might have a very good bit of rubber more at the end. Although it does depend if I can't imagine Bremer or Brado would have chosen a strategy that would give them just a few laps on a new set of tires here. That's just it's a waste because of how long it takes to heat them up.
man, I think really have to say, like, you know, you were talking about traffic and that kind of stuff, like using it strategically, but I also think that there really is a game of luck where you find traffic at certain spots and you get lucky.
Oh, I agree with you. There's definitely an act of luck. Chemo taking a DNF
Bremer?
today.
Bremer? Hello?
Did I? Oh,
There was a big moment. He lost a ton of time and Brada got right up to his rear end there.
that must have been a full spin because we now have a race again. But no damage on Bremer. Perhaps truly just a good friend.
And I wish we had replays.
Perhaps we'll drag a Bremer into have a conversation. Double
is it
pit
going to the
strategy.
pits? Oh, whew.
So,
Teammates nearly got together.
okay, so we are gonna see a second pit stop a third set of
And I'm
tires.
sideways again.
And knowing that these guys are going to do this, Puma went to S5. Do you think he can make it to the end of the race?
I don't think so. If they're pitting, then I don't think so. Because this is a fuel stop.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, I can see they both got a splash.
That's still going to put them both out in front of Eric by a long shot. That's something beautiful right there. The lead has really walked away from it, the rest of the pack. Puma has an interesting position right now. Now, would you consider what Bremer just did to be a weave maneuver?
You know, I did not actually see that.
It was exactly the same as what Puma did earlier, but it was in front of his teammates, so it was clearly not to block him. Just trying to find that extra heat in their tires early. Maybe I'll ask the stewards. Either way, Puma has a good option here. Can come in immediately.
He's got traffic once again, so this might be another time to pit early, like pit right now instead of going out and basically waiting. Because
He
Bremer
is
and Brad
doing
both
another
don't
lap.
have traffic. Actually, they do have traffic, but I wonder. Okay. Who has worse traffic? Now we have to speculate. Because to me, it looks like Puma only has one car, whereas they have two. Yes, there is a slower LMP, which might get really bad for Puma, but we're gonna have to see.
Is that Gen Hudek though?
Yeah, I would assume. It obviously depends, but if you let him by, then it's not gonna be a big deal. Oh, his Puma hits the wall. He's gone off. He's gone into the tire wall.
Oh no.
No!
No, that's the end for Puma. And he's gonna take the
out.
hard DNF. That is painful. I missed that.
Oh, he came out of the fast right-hander. He got into the grass, hit the wall, and then slid into the pit or into the tire wall on the right side.
That is a tough one to swallow. Just like that, it's over. And Bremer probably very happy with that.
I was gonna say a big sigh of relief for Bremer and probably Brad, but Brad is all now still looking at his teammate and going, "Man, that's the lead. This is it's right there. It's only a second ahead."
You gotta wonder how much the team championship means and how
Well,
much
another
the
thing, too.
individual championship means.
Now, okay, there's multiple questions here for multiple reasons, but the main thing is, does Bremer have damage because he spun earlier? But the second thing is, how much faster is Bremer than Brada? Because we know that he got ahead earlier.
I believe
question is-
from pre-qualifying times I've looked at in the past, maybe about a tenth, but I can actually go check this, can't I?
It's true. However, we do know that Bremer did get away earlier, but Brada is gaining again.
Bremer is 5/100ths of a second faster than Brada on average.
Well,
Less than a tenth. So, Brada, all you gotta do is pull out 5/10ths. I think you can do it today, my man. That lead is yours.
He's eating away at it.
Did you know that the Grateful Dead once held a concert at Watkins Glen?
I believe I did actually at one point. I seem to remember this. I seem to remember reading about this.
They played with the Allman Brothers Band and the band.
Ah.
Bremer is quite happy right now. He's got a
Well,
real comfortable lead. It looks like Brada had something go on there because Brada's
he's slow.
yeah, he's real slow. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a puncture. But I don't even know if that's possible, so...
He's really slow. He's off. He's gonna have to go into the pits. Okay, well, Eric?
Yep, he's going into the pits there. Real late dive in there, but
Oh, taps the wall, so something's
he's got some
broken.
steering damage. So maybe he had an off where he slid into a wall. That's going to be second position for Eric.
And
Battle of
Nacho Libre?
attrition.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nacho Libre's going into the pits.
Oh, okay, okay.
Draw him
Renz,
at the
meanwhile,
T13.
Renz is, as I guessed, back up in the lead. Back in front of Morgan Purcell after his pit stop. He's... Oh, well, isn't that convenient? His best time is his last time, 143.14. So he's not wasting any time. Quite content to continue stretching his legs. Morgan Purcell putting down lap times 3/10 slower. He's not going to be catching him anytime soon. And Rune still not quite putting down the pace of Renz. Renz is on a tear this season. He's just not giving a damn. Jan Hudek on that podium position right now. Not what I expected, to be honest, but hopefully something he can try to hold on to. I think he has to pit again, though, so it's not going to work out quite in his favor. Not a far enough bit ahead of And. At this pace, he might be able to put enough time between them. How long is the pit stop? Oh, it's more than 20.
It's like
Four
30 something seconds usually, but it depends on feel.
That GTE class is... it's dead. Nobody is fighting for position currently.
That's kind of surprising, honestly. I wasn't really expecting that as much.
We may see a few people come back together towards the end, but I don't think we even have much divergence in pit strategy, so realistically, our battles are over here. Well, for now. A lot of I Love New York signs on that lawn. Eric getting through traffic nice and tidy. Trying to put down as much time as he can to try and chase down Bremer. Meanwhile, Brada came in. He's back out, looking back up to speed, so. It looks neat and tidy, not pulling to the right anymore. Have to say though, he is a little bit slower than his compadre there. 0.2 of a second slower on his best lap. Bremer is now really stretching his legs. Let's take a jump on board with one of these Lamborghinis. Get murdered in my sleep by a bunch of Italians for saying that. Let's jump on board with one of these Ferraris.
Renz has had a moment?
Oh no, that's not what I wanted to hear, but you are correct. He is now on the bumper of Morgan Purcell. Oh, and a little bit of another bobble there. His tires probably nice and hot if he took any kind of a slide, that's for sure.
And Rune's looking right up that booty there too. So he's looking like, man, I can get a run here. I might be able to actually get around my teammate. Actually, that's not.
No,
I guess
they are not teammates this time. Renz is...
interesting. Ooh.
Yes, I believe
okay.
Renz is on his own. I might be wrong about that one, but I know that Rune and Kenneth Cerquini are teammates. Kenneth just not showing up today. He was terrified of the Glen.
I believe he was counting his socks, if I remember correctly.
Very good reason not to show up. Personally, I don't count my socks. I just throw away any odd numbers of them that I find. tell you, Ren's driving a fair bit slow right now. What is that? He is absolutely losing out to Morgan. When I jumped on board, he was right on the bumper, and now already a full second behind and then some. He's going to be coming into the pits soon, you think?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like he has any damage. Unless he really hurt his tires. I think he just has to cool his tires down and then maybe regroup. But it's really out of nowhere. I don't know. I didn't really see anything. He must have spun and burned his tires.
Well, unfortunately for him, Rune is saying, give me some DRS. I'm under a second. But,
Brada's on a run right now.
Ooh,
Up
Brada.
ahead.
That's the first 131 of the...
Oh, Nacho Libre has had a spun off in turn 1.
Brada just did
Now,
our very first 131, by the way.
Was that contact with Brada? Because they were both right next to each other the last time I checked, and suddenly Nacho Libre was around.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure we'll find out. The salt will flow. Now, here's the real kicker. Puma is still not in last place.
Correct. He shouldn't be either. He won't be in last place.
Well, no, but even if the running order, Driving Force
yes.
and Hugh still have to do another lap to get around him.
Correct.
Morgan Purcell, very, very happy with himself right now.
He's got to run. He's got to get out of there. He's got to be like, man, I just got to put in some laps and run.
Renz is
Because I'm certain
not
Renz is
letting
really
that-
hungry.
Yeah, I think his tire's the right temperature again, because he looks like he wants it back.
Lap traffic up ahead.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So-
That's going to be Dubson as they come up to the back of him. He'll be seeing that blue flag. How will he respond? Really, really consistent from Morgan. He can't afford even the minor of mistakes at this point. So we have an LMP coming up the hill. Gonna get a round route.
Oh, it's Eric.
Yeah.
Eric needs... Probably... That's not a good place.
Oof, sorry about that. I had to sneeze there. We come to our 20 minutes remaining on the clock. Ren's very much under the second mark with Morgan. I don't think he's going to let him run away.
Ooh, that Porsche just got a little bit of a wobble there. Really don't want to have that happen right now.
So these GTEs can make it to the end on this fuel?
That is a good question. I would assume so, considering the pits were basically at the halfway, but...
Yeah, I imagine they wouldn't have gone for a really late tire pit. Unless, no, the time to change tires is too long.
Yeah, this would be a fuel stop if they really had to do it. Oh, Morgan made a mistake coming out of the final turn. He's lost the gap a lot.
Yeah, that's going to be Ren's hungry. Let's jump on board, see what he's going to be doing up the
Oh,
hill.
he's gonna have a run. He had a little bit of a slide there in turn 1.
Let's jump
Lost
to the
a lot
hood
of time.
there.
Don't know. I don't think he's gonna be able to get a run. There is lap traffic ahead once again.
Yep, they do
So it
have
might affect the battle.
Dubson up there. Gonna get
Is he
out of
gonna
the
let him
way.
by?
Yep,
He's
he's
gonna let him by.
break.
Oh, it's gonna be... Nope, he's good. He's good. He's out of the way.
Ooh, through the bus stop.
Ren's
That
running a little
Porsche.
deep.
Porsche is really tighty through there. Ren's, though, keeping it close.
Man, that Porsche struggles through that turn. Every single time it seems to be really wobbly through there.
He does seem to want to hit the apex a lot later, though. He's definitely coming into the apex a lot later than Ren's is there.
Do have Dirk coming up too, as faster traffic. We'll see what he does. I'm assuming he's going to try to go by right here. Yeah, and that's going to cost Renz a little bit.
And then is that going to have a similar effect up here?
Probably, yes.
Oh, but it's not going to be as dramatic. Oh, wait, no. That could give Renz a really good run here.
He's got to really send it right here. He's got to go really quick into turn 1. He's got to make it work.
Morgan had a very good exit there.
Yeah, he did.
In turn 1, you can't run too wide without ending up losing. So, keeping it really close as we get to 15 minutes remaining.
Just a quick mention. I think Brada, I'm assuming Yan got into the pits up ahead. And I think Brada probably just got around him in the pits. From not pitting, I mean. From pitting earlier. So Brada's back on the podium then.
Ooh, Renz took the bus stop phenomenally that time. Managed to keep dead even. And yeah, the Porsche, just a much later apex there.
Now here's a question for you. How is Rune doing back there?
Let's find out. Rune, how are you doing back here? It looks like he's chasing. Pretty happy to be chasing. But is he gaining?
Oh man, are we about to have a three-way battle right at the end?
Runs a little wide there. Depends, I guess we're gonna... I'm really curious about the cut detection for this one. I wish we had a Stewart. And we're seeing a Rune running 143.6. Ren's running 144.1. Ooh, that is. Then 143.9. Ooh, 143.3. 5. And 2. Rune doing the fastest
Personal
laps
best.
here. I think Rune is really saving what he's got for the end. Here we go.
Yeah, he's seen the opportunity.
And with Eric coming out on those wonky cold tires, this might be an opportunity for Rune to eke out a few tenths on his rivals.
Yeah, it's gonna get that
Enjoys
draft.
the toe.
Big ol' boost. Hits the rev limiter. Oh, Rune got a little bit loose in the bus stop. Eric's taking the weird line. Guess that works. Doesn't cost anybody too much time. He's gone wide again, though. Let's see if this costs... Oh, Morgan time? It doesn't look like it.
No, Eric looking like he's always opting for that out. Ooh, interesting one
That
there.
was a good cut.
Yeah. He looks like he opts for the outside line to go around the traffic when he can, which is very nice of him.
Indeed.
And unfortunately for Renz, that's the option he chose, so ended up not holding up Mr. Purcell too much at all. We jump back with Ren's right on the bumper still of Morgan. And Rune now fully within a second, sometimes dipping a little below. He's definitely eking out that time. He wants a piece, he wants the podium, but he wants the win. Really, who wants to drink out of a bronze cup?
Oh, okay. That was a little bit weird. I wasn't sure if that was lag, but Rune looked like he, or not Rune, Renz looked like he turned in a little bit early. Made him go to the grass. He's taking the middle line. I'm assuming he probably doesn't want the P13 to go around right here. Is they going to go too wide? I hope this doesn't affect them as they get into a bump.
Whew. Renz is furious about that one. I can understand.
Oh,
That
and
was a
Brad
good
is
move,
also
though.
going to cost Morgan. Rune is looking at that bumper.
Yeah, Renz just went from worrying about the attack to now having to worry about the defense. He does not want to have to be taking a defensive line as he's trying to line it up on Morgan, but that's what the traffic can do to you. Ooh, Rune running really, really wide there. Then yeah, he's now within the same distance that Renz was.
We also have more P13s coming, as you can see there.
See that speed difference
So
there.
he's going to cause... Oh, looks like he sticks behind.
And up the hill, we're gonna see him come through, and
Ooh, he's not
flashing
gonna be
his
able to turn in.
lights.
Oh, is he? There you go. That was clean. Morgan's going to have a great run now, though. Maybe. Nope, doesn't really get a whole lot of draft. It
Nope.
did cost Renz a little bit.
Now overall, that worked out for Renz. He's now back as close as he was prior.
So from up ahead, Nacho Libre had his spun. He did get passed by Ian, but Nacho Libre has caught back up to Young.
Will we see a moment soon? We're looking at a 132.5 and a 132.6 as their respective best. So Nacho Libre capable of a slight bit more. We see Ren's really hustling the back of Morgan again. And Rune losing the edge, not quite able to keep pace here. He really gained a lot through that traffic intervention earlier.
Oh, Morgan skims the wall. Hopefully
Was-
that doesn't cause him damage, but it was a pretty
It was
pretty
enough
good
to
bump
lose
there.
him a couple of hundredths, maybe even a tenth. Oh, and
That
I
was
got a little bit of
almost
a
a
blink.
bump in the
Oh,
rear.
and he's
Oh, they go
loose
down!
there. Contact. And that is Rune with the lead. Absolute mastercraft. Little bit of a bump, little bit of a slide. Rune, that's his. Didn't even hesitate. Drove right between the two of them. Said, thank you very much. I needed these points. I was feeling bad about myself. Ren's going to be
And you know what this
pissed.
means. The
Renz
salt is going to be thrown.
Gonna be pissed. I'll tell you. Now Morgan, that looked like a completely unaided slide, to be honest, at the start there. Then that little bit of a tap really screwed it over at the end. With 9 minutes left, though, this is not the end of the race. That is still only a second between them. Man, Rune's happy right now. Whoa, big lock up there, though. That's not how you want to do it. He's going to get the blood back to his head. He is a little too excited, it seems. We see an LMP getting into the mix. Is he going to dive onto the inside? Nobody's going to wait for the next one.
Yeah, Bremer. That's Bremer, and he's got plenty of space, so he's just waiting.
Oh yeah, Bremer does not have to wait or have to worry about much of a challenge. He just wants to make sure he does not have any kind of a mishap. A minute can go quick in a P13. And, however, still in the back of Jan. Brad Marys on the back of Mackinabowl. Looking to make something happen in the last 10 minutes. He would love to gain at least another position. And if so, that would make him one of the largest gains of the day. Not counting those LMPs who started late. See Ren still chasing down Rune, not really gaining though. Morgan really though, the biggest loser out of all of that. He ended up 2 positions down from that little contact. Ren's no
Yeah,
better
his
off.
car isn't driving.
Yeah.
Morgan's car really isn't driving as well as it was before as well, because I mean, he's all over the place now.
Yeah, you can see he's got a little bit of damage in the back.
He's losing a lot of time. It's really loose. I think he might have. I think his rear tires are probably really cooked right now.
I'll tell you, this has been an exciting one. We had a lull for a little while, but those GTE drivers did not want to let us down.
Well, it was bound to happen at some point. Considering they were all getting closer to each other.
This distance between Rune and Renz, however, has remained extremely consistent. Rune not quite able to break it over a second, but Renz not quite able to claw it back. As I say that though, he gains a 10th. And that is the kind of thing he needs to continue to do.
Yeah, Root a little bit wide next to there, and he had to lift. And you can see Rune also get a much better exit off that corner.
Let's drive along with Rune here, take a look at what this looks like for him. That's a whiny car, I'll tell you what, on those brakes, eh?
It is.
Oof. It's a good thing our drivers wear ear protection. Ooh, using everything he's got there. And then we have, it looks like some lap traffic coming up here. Is that gonna be a Mr. Hugh? Yes sir, that is gonna be a Mr. Hugh Messenger. As the lead's gonna be coming up to him in the last couple of laps. I don't know if they will catch him though. Here we go. That's the kind of thing I needed to see in the last couple of laps. Look at the LMP class. We've got Brada on the back of Eric. He wants the 2nd position. He wants the 1-2 for his team. They want the points. This is every man's dream. The glory of the last lap pass. And looks like it's setting him up for it because he is really tearing the time down here. Eric does not look like he stands a chance, no offense to him. Brada faster so far in every corner. And as they come down into the bus stop, it's going to be Brada just slotting right in ahead. Bremer taking the fastest lap, now under that 132 bracket that Brada had broken earlier. Brada much faster than Eric, just walking away from him now, a full second ahead already. Renz, though, has done something great. He has put some time down between him and Morgan, so Morgan definitely has some damage. He's not going to be able to compete back to get to this point, but Renz doesn't look like he picked up any, so he's now half second behind Rune, and I don't think he wants to give up free points like that. Look at how wide they take that. That is, we gotta be joking, right? Are there cuts there?
If there aren't, you do probably still lose time doing that. And the reason why is just because whenever you hop over that curve, you have to get a power cut from that, but also at the same time you just lose traction. I can actually watch Renz's onboard. I can see the time delta, which is pretty cool, and he lost time going over that curve quite wide.
Ah, interesting.
It looks like he lost time on the exit too, so.
Two and a half minutes remain. Half a second between second and first for the GTE class. I feel like I should change my FOV for when I do onboards, but then racing would be miserable.
I don't think anybody has respected track limits at this point. Now seeing that Rune is even going wide there.
Yeah, track limits are more of a suggestion than anything else. I'll tell you, Rune really doing a great job.
Yeah, Renz seems to be struggling, so he keeps on. I just heard him just a smidge of a lockup in turn one, and that costed him a few tenths.
He's gonna be looking for something desperate if he wants to get by him at this point, because it does not look like Rune is going to make the kind of bobble that's going to be required for him to get close enough. It only does take one big lockup, or something like this, some LMP nonsense. Will we see something? As we see, what is that, Dirk and his no punterino machine?
Yeah, it's clean. It wasn't a big deal. He did a really good job.
Didn't lose any time there for Renz, but unfortunately for Renz, didn't lose any time there for Rune either, so. Reaching the final minute here. Means they're going to be coming across the line, and we will see one more. Was that a little butt tap, little tank slapper there?
That was a little wall skim there.
Ah, I thought I saw that from here. Now we are on the final lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of most ages. See, pretty much nothing happening anywhere else in the field, but Ren's still trying to chase down Rune. And so I'm going to stick with it because I have faith.
Bremer's just about to cross the finish line here.
Beautiful. We'll take a look at that. Watch the race leader come across. There he goes, flashing his lights for the team principal. Looks good on camera. Good for the advertisers. That's going to be a win for Bremer. I'm sure he is very happy with that, as a minute from now, Brada is going to be pretty damn happy with second place. It's going to do wonders for the team.
Interrupt the battle, though, because he is going to get side by side of the Renz.
Will he have an effect?
Nope. He's done a good job.
Yeah, both Bremer and Brada did really well today. Dispatching traffic, handling the threat of Puma and Cade. Both of them doing a very good job through qualifying. We see Ren's just not able to put it to the back close enough. And nothing other than a desperate dive would manage to get him the victory at this point. As they come across the line themselves, that's going to be a victory for Rune Janssen. Runs coming in second. Morgan Purcell, not the happiest third, I'm sure. Coming in third is probably bittersweet right there, considering the position he was in for most of the race. But that's the Carl Simsport team there, right there, picking up a lot of points. Meanwhile, Brada and Bremer picking up a boatload and a half for their team. Eric Sean coming in third. Good showing from him. I knew he had pace. Remember, he did have a win in a pre-season test, so I expected a lot from him. He just didn't show up during qualifying. Really good driving from everybody. Clean racing for the most part. A couple little things here and there. I'm sure Jet on Fire is going to have a word or two from the stewards. And if we can, maybe we can grab a gentleman or so for an interview. Was there anybody you'd want to talk to?
That I'd want to talk to. Let's see here.
Yeah, realistically, I don't want to talk to any of them, but I will.
Very interesting.
They'll mostly join us if we request it.
Mostly, you say.
Yeah, some of them hate us.
Okay.
I mean, we can always pull Hugh in. He's in a voice chat and he doesn't have a choice if he is.
Okay, deal.
Hello, Hugh. How are you doing today? Do you think he's aware yet?
Wake him up.
Yes, perfect. He's completely unaware. Alright, well then, excellent interview, Hugh. Thank you for joining us today. There he is.
I must have had a phantom button press. Yeah, I didn't mean to be in here.
Oh no, we dragged you in.
Right. Yeah, I took my headset off and went to take a leak, so...
Ah, well, we wanted to interview somebody and you were the only fool in a voice chat channel, so we wanted to ask you about your race today.
Oh, I just circulated around by myself at the back and picked up 5 places by not wrecking.
Hey, that's an achievement in itself because there were quite a few glorious wrecks today.
I'm looking forward to seeing them.
I will tell you, I wish I had seen Cade's. It looked pretty spectacular from the final result.
Yeah, I saw him retire. I no idea what happened to him.
He took a spin into the pits.
Oh, I see. Didn't he do that in qualifying?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, it was kind of
same
like a
exact thing.
repeat performance. He's consistent.
Yeah, I mean, that was a 10 out of 10 pit entry there.
Apparently, it didn't work so well for the race pace, though.
Oh, well, he gets style points for it.
How did you feel about Watkins, Glenn? Good track for the car?
Yeah, I love the track. I mean, I just didn't need to be in split one. I got all keen about PQ and then realised, I just scraped into split one by literally like 10 thousandths or something.
That'll teach you
That
to
just means I'm going to
sandbag
be
now,
trailing
won't
around at the back instead of fighting for a podium in split two. So,
you'll eat a little
But
bit
I
more
love
before
the
the
track.
next pre-qualifying.
but I love Watkins. I mean, it's such a wonderful track to drive. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I said that at the start. It's a really good track to drive. I don't think the racing is that good on it, though.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, just watching racing at Watkins Glen, I've seen great races, and I've also seen processional races.
We had some adventure today. A little bit of excitement every now and again.
I am gonna go and watch the broadcast later.
Oh, I wanted to know, was turn 1 monitored for cuts? Like going wide?
Not by us. No, I think we just rely
Okay.
on the built-in cut bit.
We were watching, and if they were monitoring that one, it would have been a laugh.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I certainly never triggered one. So.
Let's see if I can manage to do this right. Alright, so
Thank
thank
you
you for
guys for
joining us.
broadcasting.
No
I
problem.
have to go ease my aching bones. That's a long race.
So, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Jeffrey, for joining me with the broadcast today. It's always good to have somebody with me. I think I'm doing this
Thank
whole
you for
outro thing.
broadcasting.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.